Welcome back, Stingers. Tonight we're going to go into that comment section and we're going to pulverize some comments and questions. Particularly one. Okay, particularly one in this video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break everything down so that by the end of this video you can compartmentalize all of these different things that apply to you in particular in your relationships. And then what's going to happen is the whole lens is going to turn around on yourself. Okay, because that's what I'm about. I'm about getting in the mirror, breaking yourself down, and rebuilding so that you don't have a ton of questions and comments that go on for years and years and years. Okay? Alright guys, are you ready? So sporadically in my comment section there is mention of Scorpio making someone confused within a relationship. They're like, oh my gosh, they're hot or cold, they call or don't call, they stare at me, I don't know what this means, I don't know what this means, they're keeping me on a string. So this is an interesting thing. And all of this starts with self. All of it, all of it, all of it. No one can keep me on a string. No one can confuse me. No one can be hot or cold, right? There is no confusion. The only confusion that you're seeing is in the mirror. You're confused, right? And I always say this. For me, I'm a real Scorpio, so I'm either black or white. The shades of gray, I don't do it. I don't do it, right? Either I'm in a committed relationship with you where we are, you know, a bonded couple and we are going in the same direction. Our feelings are out in the opening. There's no hidden fees or anything like that, right? We have some sort of direction of where we're going, right? And this is blatant. This is apparent. This is not any guessing games, guys. I'm 46 years old. We're not participating in that. Either this is happening or nothing's happening. So I'm not. What am I confused about? What am I confused? Even if someone was calling me every other week, every 3 weeks, once a month, they're here. We don't have a relationship. We're not in love. We're not in any serious commitment. We're here. What the hell is the confusion? Even if, you know, they were love bombing me 1 week and then it's quiet the next, we're here. We're not in a committed relationship. We're not in love. There's no confusion. Okay? The only confusion you're making is for yourself. Oh my gosh, what does that mean? I just did a video on that, right? You're asking yourself all these questions. What does this mean? What does that mean? Does he like me? Da, 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 da. These are comments of a very insecure person. This is not a comment coming from someone who's been doing mirror work for years, breaking themselves down, rebuilding to the fabulous person they were meant to be. So they have that inner fly. They're confident, right? They have so much self-love. They're not looking for it in other places. They're not wondering about someone. They're not checking, you know, their social media all day long. They're not sitting in the you know, background trying to figure things out. They're not asking their friend, what does this mean? Blah, 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 blah. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. And so, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back. Welcome back, Stingers. And welcome, secret fans. Welcome all of the people who do stalk me and my channel. You guys know I have a stalker out there. Actually, I saw him last week. And I know you're watching and you didn't get me, even though we were face to face, because I'm so protected by the universe. And if you do try, I'm fucking ready for you. I'm ready. I'm ready. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to all the people that I cut off who consistently watch my channel. The people who can't stand me. Also a big shout out to, there were a couple of people who said, you know, in the past that, this was last year, that when I write my book, they're going to give me a bad review just to be a bitch, right? And they hope that it's not successful. I want to show you something, my dear. Boom and boom. And this week, actually, my books were just published. This week, something fabulous happened. Actually, a big organization, I didn't even ask them. I just mentioned to somebody my book, blah, blah, and they want to carry my book. I didn't even look. They're coming to me because I don't beg, because I'm fabulous, right? So I know that is pretty hurtful for you, that I am successful and everything I touch turns to gold, and everything I touch transform, and it'll continue to be that way. And YouTube is not even, YouTube is such a small part of like what I'm doing with my business and my success, that you would be deeply hurt to find out all the amazing things that are going on behind the scenes. But welcome, and that's for you, and all of the other people said that as well. I just wanted to welcome you guys in. Whew. Okay. So there is no confusion except for self-confusion. When you're confused, you cause confusion. You attract confusion. I don't attract all this confusion. I'm not confused. Because either I'm not in that relationship, or I'm deeply in that relationship. And this is a Scorpio. Because if you're in a relationship with me, we're deep, honey. There's no like flighty, like, oh, I think we're talking. Nah, you in or you out. And if you out, get the hell out and stay out. All the way out. And so for this person who is receiving quote unquote mixed messages, because there's no such thing for me, because either we in or we out, honey, and there's no middle. Mixed messages is gray. That's all that stuff is shades of gray. That's other zodiac signs, all in the gray, fuzzy, confused, delusional. All. No, with me, we in a committed relationship or we not. I don't care if we're going out every weekend. I don't care if, you know, you're taking me out, if we are consistently on the phone, blah, 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 blah. If this ain't established, this is where you are. And this is just as simple as that for me. And I know that's hard to click into you other brains because you're not Scorpios, right? And you're sitting there waiting for me to answer your question like, oh my gosh, she's in love. Oh my gosh, she's scared. All the excuses that you would find on another channel. These are excuses other people will make up for you. These are excuses other people will tap dance around maybe to fill your ego or build your self-esteem. But you know what I do to build your self-esteem? Rise from the ashes. The Scorpio's guided self-esteem and rebirth. Breaking yourself down. Getting in the mirror. Why are you worried about someone else's feelings for you? Where are your feelings for yourself? Where are they? Where'd you hide them? Where are they? Where are they? Let's go find them. Let's go find them. Right? Let's go find those feelings and find all of this confusion you're having with yourself that is playing out in your other relationships, because everything that's going on the outside stems from the inside. So what do they say? Your life is just, you know, everything inside out, you know, turned outwards. You're causing the confusion. This guy couldn't give two shits about you. 2 years this has been going on. He's having a field day. He's like, you know what I mean? And so you're the confusion. Oh, he's giving me mixed signals. He's staring at me. I stare at people all the time. It doesn't mean anything. I stare at people all the time. Doesn't mean I want them. Doesn't mean anything. Am I in that committed relationship? Then we're here. It's really that easy. There is no other question. Unless someone asks for a committed relationship with you, why don't you just say we're not in anything? Period, the end. Until this comes out, you're here. And that makes life so much easier. Better yet, why don't you get in the mirror, break down all this confusion and insecurity you got while you're looking for men's attention. He's staring at me. How would you know that? Unless you were staring at him. Your peripherals are that strong? If your focus was on something else, how would you know? I don't know. I didn't know I had like a serious stalker till he came following me. I ain't paying attention to that. I'm worried about my fabulous life. He's watching me. Or you guys are watching me. Where's your focus? It's not in the mirror, is it? Is it on your success? How would you know all these things? You're so fixated on what a Scorpio's doing. 10,000 comments. Question, what do you think? What do you think? I think you need to get in the mirror. That's what I think. That's what I think. Worry about yourself. Build yourself up. Put your focus on you. Where's all that energy you're spending on someone else? They don't even care. They don't care. There is no mixed messages. They're not trying to toy with you. They don't give a damn. You're not here. You're here. Why is that difficult to understand? Why? Oh my gosh, she flirted with me today and didn't say anything the next day. So what? Go flirt with some other people. I flirt with people all day. All day long. Don't care about none of them. Who cares? I wonder what that means. Don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It means I have a Mercury in Libra, and I could play with your little bullshit and play your games and silly and go on about my business and wouldn't even remember you the next day. That's what it means. That means you're here. That means you're here. If we're not in love and some deep commitment, you're right over here, and it doesn't mean anything. So my focus and my hopes for you guys, especially you guys who are kind of like hateful and just creeping into the comments or want to or watch me but don't really like me, this is especially for you. You know, I really do hope that one day, and sooner than later, is that you sit with yourself. You really sit with yourself, preferably in a mirror, so that you can see your eyes and see your responses and look at yourself the way other people see you, right? And to have a good talk with yourself, you know? Talk about your fears, talk about your anxieties, talk about why it's so important to have this little validation from somebody. They're staring at me. Ooh, that's such a big deal. I couldn't care less who stares at me because I'm not even looking at them. I don't notice. I don't notice. I'm grinding 24/7. So unless that person is in my computer, you know what I mean, offering me some deals or they're helping me build my bit, like, I don't know them. I don't recognize them. I don't see them. I'm not thinking about them. They're not building my business. They're not building my self-esteem. They're not, like, who are they? They're so non-important. And a lot of you guys are putting so much importance on other people. And this is why I'm going to talk until I'm blue in the face about breaking down and rebuilding. Because you're not going to get anywhere with low self-esteem and self-confusion. All you're going to do is track those confused people who wink at you and stare at you, and then they're off being serious with somebody else. And you're sitting at home for months and years. Oh my gosh, there was a Scorpio guy. Like, honey, he couldn't pick you in a lineup. In a lineup. Alright guys, I hope that has penetrated where it needs to, here and here. Okay? Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you can buy the Phoenix, which is the scorpion symbol for rising from the ashes. You know, you have to burn yourself down and become new in order to rise. You will not rise otherwise. This is why we attract the heaviest situation. We're built for it. We're built for the heaviest situations, emotionally, right? I implore you to break yourself down. I implore you to break yourself down so that you can come up. You can come up from the flames, right? And be the most fabulous person possible. And when you have inner fly, and I keep telling you guys when I do my self-love series every year, and by the way, I did a poll and 70% of you said that you hadn't started breaking down and rebuilding. I was like, oh my gosh, like, what? Like, why not? Like, what are you doing then? What are you doing? My videos are pointless to you. What are you doing? You're sitting back for like what? To hear me say what? Like 70% of you? That's insane. Like, you should all be working on it. You should be working on it. And so, anyway, this is really important that you go in within yourself and break down, get in the cracks and crevices of all the traumas and all your subconscious, all the things that are in there telling you you're not good enough, you ain't shit, yada yada yada. You got so much, honey, decades worth of stuff. Decades. And these are all the things that would make you worry about some Scorpio guy winking at you, or you're so flattered somebody stares at you. Ew, why are you flattered by peanuts? Someone's throwing peanuts, boom, and you're like, ah, a peanut, you know? Ah, he called me. Not, ah, I just started my business, so not, you know, nothing fly, like, you coming up in the world, you screaming about some guy liked your post and all this silly little stuff, like, that's what gets you excited? That's crazy. That's minuscule. Wow. Wow. And me, I'm like, of course they like my posts. Of course. Of course they call back. Of course they want to take me out. Like, who wouldn't? I know myself. I know how fabulous I am. I understand who I am as a person. I'm so self-loving. That's all that I give out. Of course they want to spend time with me. How could they? Like, I'm shocked that they don't. Like, are you sick? Are you okay? Like, something must be wrong with them. Like, they're dead, or they're in a coma. Something wrong. They're in a coma. Something. It has to be a problem. There has to be. I would never be like, oh my gosh, what's going on with me? And ain't nothing wrong with me, baby. Something. They're dead. They got to be dead. They got to be dead. If they didn't call me, they're dead, or they're dying, or something happened, honey. Something traumatic had to happen. But that didn't happen overnight, right? And you guys don't want to put in the work. Some of you don't want to put in the work. Some of you, you know, you send me messages and you're putting in the work. Very proud of you. I love to hear a success story, right? So getting in there and breaking yourself down. And so at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, you can purchase my books. Now, Dating Scorpio did sell out quickly. I'm ordering more copies. It'll be here this week. So if I owe you a copy, it will be shipped. Boom. And you're going to have a good time with this one, especially if you have my audio book, because audio has more. Audio has more stories. And I tell you my process of writing it and all that. You're going to get all that good stuff in the audio book. But every time I go, you know, about talking about other zodiac signs, you know, it always stems from a story, and my story is in here. It's in here. I'm telling you. I have all the stories are great, from Leo to Capricorn, all the intricate stuff. I explained to you how, from a Scorpio perspective, a sun and moon, or how I dealt with them, but at different phases in my life. Like, we go all the way back to 2nd grade, honey. 2nd grade, all the way to my late 30s, and you could see where my mentality was. You could see things I entertained that I shouldn't. You could see how I responded to certain arrogance, how I respond to bullies, how I respond to all sorts of things in this book. Rise from the Ashes, you're going to go through a 45-day transformation. If you're not ready for that, you're scared of yourself, why are you trying to be with other people? Like, I just don't understand why you think someone else is going to love you. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I personally don't want to be around people who are self-hating. Self-deprecation just sends me running quickly. As soon as I see somebody, oh, I can't stand I'm out of there. It's such a trigger for me. I can't stand it. I can't tolerate it. Something in the inside just does something to me. Or people who put themselves down, things like, none of that is, you know, I don't feel good around those people. I don't feel good around low self-esteemers or anything like that. I can't. My insides are like, run, get away. I don't encounter them often, thank goodness. But, you know, that took a lot of work. So the 45-day transformation is going to start, you know, with basic things. And at the end, you're going to see how you can pull them all together, and you can't skip steps. Some of you are like, I'm not going to do this. Some of you are, it's like you don't want to do the work to get to where you are. You don't want to put in the work. You see other people living fabulous, how they get so happy. Is that fake, or is it this? Or you see somebody with a banging body, and you know they're home eating their steamed vegetables. You got ham and eggs and ribs and all this and that, and you're obese. They're putting in the work. They're putting in the work. They're running 10 miles a day. They're eating their little steamed rice and whatever. And yet you want that, but you don't want to take the steps to get there, right? I wanted to take the steps to get. I was desperate, as a matter of fact. We went to desperation. I was at the lowest point. Like, nah, This is not who I am. This is not who I want to be. There has to be something else. And I don't care what I have to do, I'm getting that something else, right? So I want you guys to get there. You can buy this there. This is handmade from Turkey. It is rose gold over sterling silver. There's a few left. She's fabulous. Oh my gosh. Look at that. And you can also get, you know, all of my other amazing jewelry. The sale items are an additional 40% off by using the code REALScorpio. And what else is going on? You can watch my exclusive videos if you haven't seen them already while you're there. And yeah, download my audiobooks and just listen to them over till it clicks. A lot of times you listen to something one time, nothing happens. The second you're like, oh, I got that, you know. All right, guys, that's it. And as always, I'll see you soon.